All they wanted was a pool, but what lurked underground could be in your neighborhood as well. Unmarked buried power lines that nobody knew about until it was too late. We sent News 2 investigator Brad Franco to get answers because everybody involved with putting the line there says it's not their problem.
Ready, set, go!
Julie Feckety and her husband Matt built their dream home on the perfect lot in what they think is the perfect neighborhood where they can raise their 3 boys. In February, the Fecketys broke ground on their pool, the cornerstone of their amazing yard. And the reason they bought that big lot, arranged for the construction of a pool house, and refinanced their home. The digging didn't last long.
He jumped off really quickly and started calling his bosses.
The excavator clipped a plastic pipe containing a 23,000-volt SCE&G power line.
That line runs unmarked on the final plans for the Scotts Creek neighborhood. It actually starts on that power pole, runs down that sleeve, through the neighbor's yard, right into the middle of what would have been the Fecketys' pool, coming out the other end in the neighbor's yard.
I mean, it's sheer luck that they hit that conduit.
The way they did.
The way they did, at the angle that they did, that could have been catastrophic.
Julie says the pool company had called the 811 hotline and Utiliquest came out and cleared them to dig, saying there were no conflicts in the area of excavation.
That's it right there?
Clearly there are.
Someone made the decision, yes, we're going to put a high voltage line through these people's backyards.
What did they tell you it feeds?
You got to come over here. So the line would be about right here.
This was the 2006 agreement.
This all goes back to when the beach company signed an agreement granting SCE&G that easement back in 2006. So it's been there for 10 years. And yet the Fecketys say the utility company couldn't figure out what their own line is or why it was there until their 4th trip to their yard in 2 days.
And he said it's right where it's supposed to be.
The Fecketys tried to get answers from the players involved, but they got nowhere.
And everybody says, this is really unfortunate, but don't know what to do, can't help you.
They emailed the I-team, and we started looking into this more than a month ago, and the finger pointing continued, with the beach company telling me it disclosed the easement to the builder. But the power line isn't shown on the final plat submitted by the beach company, even though the town regulations require it. And remember, the town approved the building permits for the pool and the pool house, all based on that final plat. So then I talked to Mount Pleasant Mayor Linda Page, town planner, engineers, inspectors, and nobody could explain how something as important and potentially dangerous as an underground power line doesn't make it on the final plat, and how nobody is held accountable for that oversight.
This wasn't an after the fact, oh, we have to throw in some power lines.
Right.
Power lines came first, the plat came second. Why it wasn't on there is inexcusable.
Town officials told me same thing they told the Fecketys. It's a private matter between the homeowners and SCE&G, but I kept pressing Mount Pleasant Town Administrator Eric DeMora about why the town isn't at least enforcing the requirement that all easements be marked on the final plat. In an email sent to me last Tuesday, he conceded something needed to be done. This is the law, DeMora said, so we are exploring delivering citations to the original property owner. Of course, this was over 8 years ago, so there may be limitations.
SCE&G tells me they offered to move the line, but it would cost the Fecketys $18,000 to do it the right way. They also said the Utiliquest tech who cleared the area messed up and should have marked that line. I also reached out to Pulte Homes, which built the house, to see if they could help. And on Monday afternoon, they stepped up for the Fecketys and offered to pay to have that power line moved. Brad Franco, News 2.
And here's that information for our I-team once again. You can email iteam@wcbd.com or call our hotline at 843-216-4949 if you have something that you want us to investigate.